Everyone, welcome back to another Discover at Home, the little mini series that we're doing where we take just a couple minutes to tell you about some neat things that we're finding out in nature. So spring has sprung in the Northwoods, got a lot of really fun plants coming up. It's fun to see, new animals arriving every day. So before we get too far into the topic today, just want to tell you a little bit about Discovery Center. We are an environmental education center. We also have a water program that I run. I work with aquatic invasive species, and it's a fun time of year because we just released all of the information on our summer program. So if you head over to our website, discoverycenter.net, it lists all the programs that we have coming up, as well as information about how to sign up for them, different COVID precautions we're taking, all kinds of neat things over there. The website also has information about the capital campaign that we have coming up. So we are in the process of fundraising for money to renovate one of our existing buildings on campus and do some additions on campus to make our programming run a little bit more smoothly and, more importantly, year-round. So definitely head over to discoverycenter.net to take a look at all that information. So today, what we're going to be talking about is a plant that Bug, my perfect little dog Bug, yes, I love you, we found on our walk recently, and it's called skunk cabbage. So skunk cabbage grows in wet, marshy areas. This stuff I found was on a vernal pool on the side of the road. And it's called skunk cabbage because it has a really skunky odor. If you pick up the leaves and you crush them in your fingers, which I obviously tried, it does indeed smell very skunky. And that skunky smell attracts its pollinators, which are flies and beetles. The cabbage part of skunk cabbage comes from the leaves, which aren't out yet here. This is something that I took from the internet. So that flower part comes out first for this plant, and then the leaves are very large and cabbage-like. So when Bug and I were out walking and we found skunk cabbage, she asked a really good question, which was, isn't it kind of early for flowers to be popping up and growing in the Northwoods? And the answer to that is, yes, Bug, it is a little bit early for flowers to be sprouting in the Northwoods right now. But skunk cabbage, interestingly, is what is called a thermogenic plant, which means it can create its own heat. So skunk cabbage can actually generate heat up to 63 degrees Fahrenheit, and it uses that power, that thermogenic power, to be able to melt the snow around it, warm the soil around it, so that it can actually pop up while there's still snow on the ground. So skunk cabbage also has what are called contractile roots, which means the plant actually grows down into the soil each year instead of upward like most plants that you usually see. So how that works is, gonna act this out for you. Pretend my torso is the plant. I am the skunk cabbage. My hands will be the roots. So what happens is that you got old skunk cabbage growing at the surface. The roots grow down, 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 and then they actually pull the stem of the plant down into the soil with it. So pulling itself down into the soil, why is that beneficial, you ask? Well, it makes the plant a lot harder to dig out. I've read a few stories that older, more mature skunk cabbage plants are extremely difficult to dig up, but also by pulling itself underground, it is protecting itself from weather, predators, change in winter conditions from year to year. It's really more of a protection method for the plant. The plant has apparently also been used medicinally in the past, but I also saw it listed as being slightly toxic, so I don't want you to go out and go eating this plant. It's just sort of an interesting aside. Make sure you make good life choices. So that's the scoop on skunk cabbage. I wish I could tell you where we found it, but we were actually on private property, so not looking to direct you to that location. But if you happen to find skunk cabbage up here in the Northwoods and it's on public property, let me know where you find it. Let us know in the comments if you've seen it up here so that other people can go out and experience skunk cabbage for themselves.
Hey, you want to hear a joke about skunk cabbage?
Petey, you disappeared for like a literal year, and now you're back to tell jokes about skunk cabbage? Like, look at you. You're like actually dusty.
Yeah, I mean, I've been bedded down in a pile of leaves all winter. What can you say? I'm just a little pill bug, but, I mean, are you saying you don't want to hear my joke?
I mean, it's just I'm not used to seeing you for a while. I don't know if I can handle your jokes right now.
Well, that's okay. The joke kinda stinks anyway. Get it?